Is life just a process to live the life of an animal, to born, to grow, marry, give birth to children, taking care of them, getting old, then to die and reborn and continue the same thing? If not, then what is the purpose of life? People say that our purpose is to work for the divine, but we cannot see, hear, or feel. How do we know what is divine work and how to do it? Is the divine work same for the people leading ashram life and family life?
Mother was asked that how can we know the divine? How can we see the divine? Then only we can start our work for the divine. Mother said, spiritual life is just opposite. We have to become the divine, then we will know about the divine, then we will see the divine. It is not that after knowing the divine you will become the divine. It is by becoming the divine you will know the divine and you will be able to see the divine. Just opposite. Just like a caterpillar cannot know about the butterfly. It can do PhD course about the butterfly, but it will not know what butterfly is. But it can become butterfly out of aspiration. And after becoming butterfly, it will know about the butterfly. It is because it became the butterfly, it knows about itself. It is the same thing Mother says, that in spirituality, aspiration is very important. Faith and aspiration. Faith is, there is no proof for us. Faith is an inner certitude. We feel that divine is there. We feel we can become the divine because we have come from the divine, therefore we can become the divine. These all things we feel within, but we cannot give the proof to others. That is called faith. Because it is the future reality that experience from within. What you are going to become, that we are experiencing beforehand. That is the definition of faith. Sri Aurobindo beautifully defined the definition of faith, said that it is a gleam before sunrise. Sun has not risen, yet we see the gleam of the sun and having the certitude that definitely the sun will come up. We cannot prove that the sun has come up, but yet the gleam of the sun gives us the certitude within that it will definitely come up. Similarly, those who are in the spiritual line, they feel the gleam of the divine within and they practice through aspiration, through faith, through surrender, all the spiritual values. With that they practice, and after that only they will know. Suppose you say that what you are saying about the divine is divine knowledge, or whatever Sri Aurobindo has written, it is about the divine knowledge. No. It is only giving aspiration to know about the divine knowledge. It is not the divine knowledge. Unless we become the divine, we cannot know about the divine. So that way, our aim must be to become the divine. That is our aim. Our consciousness has to be changed and we become the divine, because our consciousness is ordinary consciousness and divine consciousness is far greater than us, and we can become the divine. That is our aim of life. How can? There are so many blockages in us, in our consciousness, which resists to become the divine. So we have to remove the blockages first. Then we will know what is our path. First blockage, Mother says, that we are running after success. Success means outward movement. Any outward movement, you will not know the divine, because divine is within. Divine is also outwardly there, but there it is in a deceptive form, but within it is exact form. you will see the divine within. So we have to go within, but success leads outside. But unfortunately, everybody runs after success. Mother said, our aim is not for success, but for perfection. Perfection means whatever we do, if we forget in the doing without expecting anything, that you are forgetting yourself means you are in the divine. As long as you remember yourself, you will not see the divine, you will see yourself only. The moment you forget means your ego is out at that moment. So divine automatically you realize. So the perfection is our aim, not the success. Success makes us corrupted. Why there is a corruption so much in the society? Mother says, because you want success. Anyhow you want to get success, so you adopt all the methods which are not good for us. In case of perfection, you get the joy of doing, so there is no need of success. Success will run after you. You need not run after success. That is the first objective of spiritual achievement or accomplishment of the divine, towards the divine, is we should not run after success. And parents especially, they are worried for the success of children. That is why they are unable to recognize the divine. They don't know what for they have come upon earth. Parents do not know, and also they don't give the atmosphere to discover what for they have come. Previously we had education like that in the Gurukula ashram. First knowledge was given, that was to discover who am I. Atma Jnana. That was the first knowledge it was given to the children. You know the story of Sri Rama. When he went to his guru Vasishtha, he was inside the cottage, and Rama knocked at the door of that cottage, and Vasishtha asked from the room within that who are you? What we would have been said? We would have been said, I am Nirakar MA MED, my biodata, everything. Generally we introduce, you have introduced so many things about me. That is not my qualification. Qualification, only single qualification, I am the child of the mother. So it is our nature to introduce everybody, not only myself with my all designations. I know how I have acquired those designations, but I will not speak about that. All so, but what Rama said, he said, I want to know that from you. Who am I? He is the God, we know, but he has no ego. He has not said that I am the son of Dasaratha, a king Dasaratha. He has not said. I want to know who am I from you. Then he opened the door and embraced him and said, true student. True student starts from that aspiration to know what I am. Then you will know what others. About the whole world you should know. But first thing is we should know what we are. Whole of our education is meant to discover who others are, not about myself. Who is Prime Minister of India, we know. Who is the President of America, we know. What are happening around the world, we know, but we don't know about ourselves. So how can we expect that we will know about the divine? How can we become the divine? So only solution, Mother says, that you do whatever you do, don't expect anything from that. There is a joy of doing anything. If you do, there is a joy of doing. Rest will come. Whatever is necessary, it will come to you. You don't run after it. Then your movement is inward, and you will slowly know, or so to say, you will experience the divine more and more. That is the first blockage you have to remove. Second blockage, Mother says, that ambitions. Everybody has ambition. If I ask anyone, what is your aim? He will say, I want to become doctor or engineer or anything. Mother says, by becoming doctor, you are not changed. That is your only job. It is not you are becoming something. Suppose my mind is corrupted. I become doctor. Then what I will become? I will become corrupted doctor. So nothing changed. I am not changed. That corruption is there. Doctor gave me scope to do more corruption. Yeah. Everything what I am doing. If I am corrupted person, if I will become prime minister, then what I will become? Corrupted prime minister can do more corruption than the ordinary person. So how it become the aim of our life? If I am not changed, then what is that education? But nobody realizes. Everybody says that my son must be doctor, engineer. What change you want to bring up in the child? So divine qualities has to be developed within the child. That is the aim of life. Not to become doctor and engineer, but to become the divine. I asked a person, a child in a school, Sri Aurobindo Integral School, that what is our aim of life? Many people said like that. Many students said that I will become doctor, I will become engineer. So many posts are there now. One child told that my aim is to become the divine. Everybody laughed. Said, how he will become divine? Will he leave his seat to, and will give him that seat to him? Never the divine has given any seat, his seat to others. At best, Hanuman got the seat below to him. Arjuna was his friend, but divine has not given up his seat for any other person. How he will get the seat? How he will become the divine? Then I said, if you think that he has a crown seat, he is sitting there, then it is not possible. But if we think that to become divine is nothing but to having the divine qualities. Suppose he is Sachitananda. If I procure those qualities within me, develop my qualities, so I am becoming the divine. There will be 1,000 divine, not one divine. So he is the one and we become the divine. So there is no end to it. So everybody can become divine, and that is the purpose of creation. Purpose of creation is to manifest the divine infinitely. All of us. Suppose the divine is beauty. Suppose the divine is beauty. I will be a rose flower, manifesting the beauty in my own way. You will be the lotus flower. You will manifest that beauty in your way. Everybody will manifest that beauty, single beauty, in their own way. That is called the purpose of creation. So, we have to never be ambitious. Always try to become the divine. Means the qualities of the divine has to be increased through our sadhana. To the children also, we have to encourage those qualities. For example, truthfulness is the divine quality. And naturally, when he speaks truth, we never encourage them. That is why he feels that, no, I have to tell some lie, otherwise. We are never encouraging the good qualities within the children. Suppose unselfishness is a divine quality. We never encourage them to become unselfish. On the other hand, we say that you must acquire first. Always be first in the class. That means whatever will happen to others, don't worry. Is it a human quality or animal quality? I am thinking of myself only, nothing else. It is an animal quality. And we are encouraging I am encouraging my child that you should develop those things, only concern about yourself. After he become he become the elder person, he will never care to his father and mother. And father mother will ask, why you are not caring? No, you have taught me that care of yourself only. Don't think of others. So that is why that situation is growing worse day by day. Because we are making our children selfish, more selfish. Suppose he has some unselfish quality, and there is a poor boy, friend, he is giving his pen and tiffin box to that poor person. What the parents will tell? Get away from my home. He will think that no, it is not good quality. In the next day, he will bring all the pens from his friends and keep in his pocket and show to his mother. Mother will say, oh, very nice you have done. He will become a very good corrupted person in future. No, expressly we are not doing, but actually we are encouraging these qualities. Expressively, we may not tell him, but actually we expect that he should be great. Other person were not worried. So that is called ambition. My mother has said, have no ambition. Always try to develop the divine qualities within you. Then that blockage will be removed. Another thing is that everybody wants happiness. Mother said, happiness is not our aim. That is the consequence of becoming the divine. If happiness becomes aim, then you will reach nowhere. Because there are people who are happy with murdering people, so they will be happy with killing so many people. And there are other people who want to sleep whole day and night. They are happy. Is that our aim of life? So happiness has no meaning for us as long as you are in the ordinary consciousness. Happiness means what? Variety of people enjoy variously. One person will go to hotel and will say, I am enjoying. So happiness is the consequence of becoming the divine. You should not aim for the happiness. You should aim for the divine. Divine means acquiring the divine qualities. Happiness will be the consequence. Peace will be the consequence. Peace you cannot purchase in the market. Suppose you become a crorepati. Can you purchase 1 kg of peace from the market? No. That 1 crore will give you unhappiness. Because you cannot sleep. A poor man is able to sleep nicely, but 1 crore, he is afraid of everything. So the thing is that we must not run after happiness. Happiness will come and knock at our door. Will I come? I will say, okay, you come. That is our aim. And there is another blockage. That is, everybody says, I want to become a good man. Mother says, that is not our aim. Because good man means you will remain man. Divine is not good man. He is greater than man. So the aim of the animal was not to become good animal. Aim of monkey was not to become a good monkey. Aim of monkey was to become human being. To exceed oneself is the aim of life. Aim of the animal is to become man, and aim of the man is to become the divine. So those who want to become good men, Mother said, they will be kept in the beautiful place where everybody will see and say that, yeah, very good man. That's all. Museum. They are fit for the museum, not for the transformation. Mother has given example. The stones, which were so much costly, and they were glittering, they were shining at their own level. They were very popular in their own society. But they were not unfit for the transformation. They remained like that. Till now they are there. The ordinary stones transformed to become jellyfish. Not the costlier stones. They remained there. After that, in the trees also, the beautiful trees remained like that. The negligible trees transformed into become animals. Similarly, Mother says, if you want to become the great in the society, you will become great, but remain there. Because here what is necessary is suppleness, plasticity within us to change ourselves, not to be satisfied what we are. but to overcome or exceed ourselves. Always, whatever I have the qualities, in front of divine, it is nothing. If I have given the Nobel Prize, Guinness record, it is only valid for the society, not for the divine. For the divine, how you are aspiring for to become divine, that's all. So that divine will manifest in you and will transform you. Then you will become the supermental being. So never try to become a good man. That does not mean that you will become a bad man. Many people think, oh, he has said that we don't want to become good, therefore we will become bad. Neither of it. Neither we want to become bad man, nor we want to become good man. We want to exceed manhood. Then we will become divine. Then another point Mother has pointed that everybody in the past yugas wanted liberation, mukti. Mother said, mukti is nothing but going away from the divine. You are reaching the divine, but leaving the earth. Means earth, divine means a wholesome. It is not part of anything. You cannot say that this is divine and that is not the divine. We have divided the whole of its creation, saying that Brahma Satya and Jagat Mithya. That means you are making the whole divine into two parts and it becomes false. So as long as you find the divine upon earth, you don't find the divine. And that is why Mother said, liberation is also one form of selfishness and ego. How? Suppose I want liberation, I will be there. My people are suffering here. How can I become happy if my people, my friends are suffering here, unless and until I am so selfish and so egoist? Suppose you have a family. You have so many children. Can you enjoy if they are suffering? Can you enjoy? You can if you are so selfish. If you are so selfish, then you can enjoy. So, liberation is also one type of selfishness because you are enjoying there, leaving all your people here upon earth with suffering. So, this Mother and Sri Aurobindo says, unless and until whole earth becomes the divine, we have not achieved our goal. Till the last man is transformed, my work will not end, Mother said. Mother said, till the last man is transformed, my work is not end. So our aim must not be liberation, but to manifest the divine upon earth. ना भागना है, ना भोगना है, लेकिन जहाँ है वहीं जागना है. Wherever we are, we have to manifest the divine. We need not escape the world, or we need not enjoy the world as it is. These two are blunders we are doing. Either we are enjoying the world, or we are escaping the world. These both are wrong methods. What we have to do? We have to manifest the divine upon earth. Then only true enjoyment you have. Otherwise, what you call enjoyment is not enjoyment. It is only creating pain. Mother Sri Aurobindo said, what you call pleasure is nothing but the pain in a different way. Pain and pleasure both are eternal partners. Sri Aurobindo says, pain and pleasure are eternal partners. Both are eternal partners, married together. They are married. Always quarrel, never divorce. Means they are always together. That means if you want pleasure, that partner will come to you or not. Because they are married, they will definitely come and will remain in the same room. You say that I want pleasure, I don't want pain. No, I am married with the pain, it will come with me. So those who are running after pain as a pleasure, they will definitely have the suffering and pain. So only thing is that delight, ananda, has no opposite. That is only with the divine, nowhere else you can find. So these all things, if you practice, then you become the divine slowly.